I am Sheikh Mahbub Basha. Welcome to my channel. Happy learning.
Hi students, today we will discuss the verification of laws of reflection using Huygens principle and then the verification of laws of refraction using Huygens principle. Let us start with the verification of laws of reflection using Huygens principle. Verification of laws of reflection using Huygens principle. Okay. Let this PQ be a reflecting surface mirror. So with this lines we represent a reflecting surface. This is how we represent a reflecting surface or a mirror. So PQ is a mirror reflecting surface, right? So whenever a light ray incident on this will be reflected this way, that is what we have studied in the ray optics. Now let us prove the laws of reflection. What are the laws of reflection? Number one is angle I equal to angle R, and number two is incident ray, normal and reflected ray are coplanar. So this is a second point of laws of reflection. This is point 1, this is point 2. We need to verify these two. Okay. Suppose there is a wavefront coming from infinity. So whenever it is coming from infinity, it will be a plane wavefront like this. This wavefront is approaching the reflecting surface. So here I will draw a reflecting surface, a wavefront. So let this AB, I am naming this as AB. This is incident wavefront. This is incident wavefront. Let me draw rays from this wavefront. So always the light waves are normal to the wavefront. So these are the rays, incident rays. These are incident rays. Let me name this incident rays. Let this wavefront AB is approaching like this, and when it touches the reflecting surface here when it touches the reflecting surface, let this point is C, let this point is D. Okay. CD is the incident wavefront. Okay. This point where this ray touches this reflecting surface, let this point is E. Now let speed of light wave is equal to V. Let time t is equal to 0 here. Let time t is equal to t here. That means when this ray AC touches this PQ, let us assume time is 0. At that time, this wave BD is still at point D. It takes some time, and from this point D to reach the point E, it takes a time t. Then, since speed is equal to distance by time, speed is equal to distance by time, distance is equal to speed into time, then dE is equal to V into T. dE is equal to V into T. So this distance D to E, dE is equal to V into T. Okay. Here these two rays AC and BD are touching this reflecting surface PQ at two different times. This has touched the PQ at time t is equal to 0. This BD ray touches the PQ surface at time is equal to t. According to Huygens, every point on the wavefront behaves like a secondary source of disturbance. It starts emitting wavefronts. So here this point C starts emitting wavefront. So secondary wavelets are formed. So like this. So secondary wavelets are developed. That secondary wavelet may be spreading like this. Like this. Okay, the secondary wavelet started from point C is spreading in the upward direction. Here it is a opaque surface, so reflecting surface, light cannot enter into this, so there is no wavefront at the bottom. Right. By the time this this wave BD reaches the point E in a time t, so the distance traveled is DE, and DE with this, by the time this reaches from D to E, this secondary wavelet travels a distance Vt. This distance is Vt. In the same time t, because this is the same medium, this secondary wavelet also travels a distance Vt. So this wavelet, the secondary wavelet will be at a distance Vt. At a distance Vt, this distance should be equivalent to this one. Okay, right. So here this with a distance Vt, the same distance, this is the wavefront. This is the, wavelet, secondary wavelet. This is the secondary wavelet with a radius dE. dE equal to Vt. This radius of the secondary wavelet also should be equal to Vt, because here it has taken a time t, here it has given a time t, so here the distance traveled will be Vt. Here also the distance should be Vt. Now let us draw a normal. Let us draw a normal. By the time the secondary ray reaches the point E, here the secondary wavelet starts with a radius 0. So draw a normal from this point onto this surface. Okay. So this is normal here. So now let us join this okay. So by the time this BD ray reaches E, from D to E, the secondary wavelet starting from C has reached this point. Let us call this as F. Okay. Now, for this wavefront, if this is the wavefront, the rays should be perpendicular to the wavefront. So this will be these are the reflected rays. These are the reflected rays. What is that? Reflected rays. And this EF is the reflected wavefront. Okay, this AB or CD is the incident wavefront, then EF is the reflected wavefront. So after a few seconds, suppose this wavefront is somewhere here, EF, then I will call this as GH. Okay, so here AB or CD is the incident wavefront, EF or GH is the reflected wavefront, AC, BE are the incident rays, CH, EG are the reflected rays. Okay, this is incident ray, this is incident ray, this is one reflected ray, this is one reflected ray, this is the incident wavefront, this is also incident wavefront, this is reflected wavefront, this is reflected wavefront. Okay, here one point to be noted, by the time this ray starting from D reaches the point E, the secondary wavelet starting from C has reached the point F. This DE equal to VT and CF is also equal to VT. If this distance is VT, this distance is also VT. Okay, right. Now let us draw normal here. This is normal. Let me call as N1, N2, and here I will draw one more normal. Let me call this as N3, N4. Okay. We call the angle of incidence as I. The angle between the incident ray and the normal is called angle of incidence I. Because this is perpendicular. This is perpendicular. Wavefront is perpendicular to the incident rays. This wavefront CD is perpendicular to the incident rays. That means this total angle is 90. That means this angle will be 90 degree minus I. Okay, right. So here this is wavefront. The incident ray and wavefront are normal. A part is I, remaining will be 90 minus I. Now take this part. This is normal to this reflecting surface. This is normal. A part is 90 minus I, then the remaining will be, this will be I. This will be I. Similarly, the angle between the normal and the reflected ray is R. This is normal, this is reflected ray. Angle between normal and reflected ray is R. Okay, this is wavefront. This is wavefront. EF is wavefront. This is R. This balance will be 90 degree minus R. Okay. Now, this is normal. This is normal. This PQ is reflecting surface and this is normal. A part is 90 minus R. Then this remaining will be R. Let us draw these triangles CDE. C, D and E. C, D and E. See, this is these are rays and this is wavefront. They are normal to each other. So at point D, the angle is 90 degree. This DE is VT. This value is VT. And this DCE angle, this angle is I. Then let me draw this CEF triangle. C, this is F, this is E. At F, the angle is 90 degree. CF is equal to VT, and at E, this angle is R. So in this two triangles, here one angle equal to one angle, one side VT is equal to one side VT, one side CE is equal to another side CE. So in triangle CDE and triangle CFE, angle D is equal to angle F, comma, DE is equal to CF, and CE is equal to CE. Two sides and one angle are equal. That implies they are similar triangles. That implies angle I is equal to angle R. If they are similar triangles, this angle should be equal to this angle. This side should be equal to this side. So these two sides are equal. This side are equal. This angle equal. Then this angle should be equal. So angle I is equal to angle R. This is first law. This is first law. Okay. Then this incident ray, this normal, this reflected ray, all are in this plane of paper. They are all in this plane of paper. So incident ray, normal and reflected ray are all in one plane. Therefore they are coplanar. They are coplanar. Thus the two laws of reflection of light are verified. Okay, right. Let us recapitulate. So what is the topic here? Verification of laws of reflection using Huygens principle. So this is what the reflecting surface. This AB is the incident wavefront. So it is coming from infinity, so it is plane, approached. Finally here, as a CD, it touches the reflecting surface. So one wave reflected here and the other wave is reflected here. Here, for this wave to travel from D to E, time taken is Vt, because t is taken 0 here and t is taken t here. So time taken from D to E is t. Therefore, from this formula, speed is equal to distance by time, distance is equal to speed into time, D to E, dE is equal to velocity into time. So speed is taken as a v and time is taken as a t, so Vt. So by the time this ray travels from D to E, here secondary wavelet is started from C, so and it is spreading like this. It is spreading like this. So it travels a distance CF, which is also equal to CF is also equal to Vt. For this distance to travel, time taken is t and distance is Vt. And similarly, for this distance also, time taken is t and distance will be Vt. So dE is equal to Vt. CF is also Vt. So if this is the wavefront, secondary wavelet, so draw a normal from this point E onto the wavefront, you will get a, wavelet, secondary wavelet, you will get a wavefront EF. So this EF is the reflected wavefront. Now draw the lines normal to this wavefront, these are the reflected rays. We have taken the angle of incidence as I. If this is I, this becomes 90 minus I, this becomes I. Angle of reflection is R. If this is R, this becomes 90 minus R, and then this is R. So here we got two triangles. This is CDE and CFE. These two triangles are similar triangles. They are similar triangles. From the properties of similar triangle, this angle should be this angle. So I is equal to R. One law is verified. Next, these incident rays are on this plane of paper, these normals are on this plane of paper, these reflected rays are also on this plane of paper, therefore they are coplanar. That means second law is also verified. So thus the two laws of law 1, law 2, thus the two laws of reflection of light are verified using Huygens principle. Using Huygens principle. Okay, right. Now let us move to the verification of laws of refraction using Huygens principle. Verification of laws of refraction using Huygens principle. So what are laws of refraction? Number one is N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. This is also called as Snell's law. Number two is incident ray, normal and refracted ray are coplanar. Okay, these are the two laws of refraction, 1 and 2. So let us start with an interface. Here I will draw an interface. This is an interface PQ. Above to PQ is medium 1. Here speed of light wave is equal to V1. Here medium 1, refractive index is equal to N1. This is medium 2. Here speed of light wave equal to V2. Refractive index of the second medium, let it be N2. Okay, right. So PQ is the interface. PQ is the interface. Here the above PQ is medium 1, below to PQ line is medium 2. Let us take a wave front. Let it be a wave front. Let us call this one as AB. This is incident wave front. Let us draw lines, light waves from this. Okay, these are incident rays. This AB wavefront is coming from infinity, so this is a plane wavefront. Suppose it is moving like this, like this, like this. At this point, it touches this interface. So here it should be 90 degrees because always the light waves are normal to the wavefront. Let us call this as CD. Incident wavefront AB when approached the interface and touching the interface at point C. Let us call this wavefront as CD. Then as speed is equal to V1, this D, let this point is E, let this point equal to E. Let us assume time t equal to 0 when this ray touches the point C and time equal to t when this ray touches the point E. So distance DE, here the time is 0, here the time is 0. By the time it reaches the point E, time is t, therefore this dE equal to V1 into t, because V1 is the speed here, t is the time taken. So speed is equal to distance by time, distance is equal to speed into time, distance is equal to speed into time. That means dE is equal to V1 into t. dE is equal to V1 into t. Okay. Now CD is wavefront. One of the waves normal to this wavefront is still in medium 1. This is medium 1. still in medium 1 and taking t seconds to reach point E. By that time, from D to E, it takes t seconds. By that time, during that time, this point C emits secondary wavelets. So, secondary wavelets are started from point C. In t seconds, here the distance traveled by this secondary wavelet is Vt. So, the distance here it should be Vt. Suppose this is the wavelet, suppose this is the wavelet after t seconds. After t seconds, this is the secondary wavelet coming from point C. By the time this wave reaches from D to E, from point C, secondary wavelet has reached this point. Now, draw a normal. So, this is a wave, zero radius wavelet. This is one wavelet. Common tangent to these wavelets, common tangent to these wavelets is the wavefront. So, I am drawing a common tangent. Here there is a zero radius wavelet. Here there is a Vt radius wavelet. So, here I will draw the normal. This is 90 degrees. This distance, let me call this as F. This distance Cf is equal to V2 into T. So, here the time taken is T. Here also the time taken is T. Here the speed is V1. Therefore, D is equal to V1T. Here the speed is V2. Therefore, distance is equal to V2T. Okay, right. Now, let me draw a normal here. This is N1, N2, a normal to this interface separating the medium 1 and medium 2. The angle of incidence between the incident ray and normal is called angle of incidence, because this is normal, wavefront is normal to the rays, wavefront is normal. So, this angle becomes 90 minus I. This wavefront and these rays are normal, a part is I, remaining will be 90 minus I. Now, this is normal to this interface. If a part is 90 minus I, the remaining will be I. Okay, right. So, for this wavefront EF, for this wavefront another normal ray for this wavefront EF, this is one normal ray, this is another normal ray. Okay, so the normal and the refracted ray, this angle is angle of refraction R. Angle of refraction R. Now, this is normal and this is interface. This angle will be 90 degree minus R. 90 degree minus R. Now, in this triangle, this is 90 minus R, this is 90, total angle should be 180, so this should be R. 90 minus R plus R, 90 plus another 90, total becomes 180. Okay, now, in triangle CDE, in the right angle triangle CDE, sin I is equal to, so this is 90 degree, so this will be hypotenuse. So by hypotenuse, so I will write CE here. By hypotenuse, opposite to I is DE by CE. DE by CE. Similarly, in triangle, this one, CFE, in the right angle triangle CFE, sin R, this is R, sin R is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. So, because this is 90 degree, this will be hypotenuse CE. Opposite to R is CF. Right. Now, sin I by sin R is equal to sin I value DE by CE divided by sin R is CF by CE. CE gets cancelled. So DE means V1T. CF means V2T. CF means V2T. So this is equal to V1 by V2. What is this? Sin I by sin R. Sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2, which is a constant. This is a verification of Snell's law. Even we can write sin I by sin R is equal to V1. Let me multiply numerator and denominator with C. CV1 by, this is CV2, that is equal to C by V2 whole divided by C by V1. This V1 is taken into the denominator of denominator. This is equal to C by V2 is N2 and C by V1 is N1. What is N2? Refractive index of second medium. What is N1? Refractive index of first medium. This is sin I by sin R. On cross multiplication, N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R. This is the Snell's law. So, first law among the laws of reflection, first law, that is Snell's law, is valid, that is verified. Now, the incident rays, the normal and the reflected rays, all are in this plane of paper. So, the incident rays, normal and the refracted ray are all lying in the plane of paper. Therefore, they are coplanar. That implies second law is verified. Okay? This incident ray, this normal and this refracted ray all are lying in this plane of paper, so they are coplanar. Thus, the laws of refraction are verified using Huygens principle. Okay, let's have recapitulation. Verification of laws of refraction using Huygens principle. PQ is a interface. Above PQ is medium 1, below PQ is medium 2. Speed of light in this medium 1 is V1. refractive index of medium 1 is n1, speed of light in medium 2 is v2, refractive index of medium 2 is n2, and speed is equal to distance by time. That implies distance is equal to speed into time. We have selected a plane wavefront which is coming from infinity, so this is an incident wavefront, and we have drawn two normal lines, that those are light waves normal to this wavefront. This wavefront slowly shifted AB, slowly shifted to CD. When this wavefront touches the interface at point C, the second ray is still at D. It takes a time t. Here we have taken time t equal to 0, here time equal to t. So this second ray takes time t to move from D to E. By that time, this point C emits secondary wavelets. So when this ray touches point E in t seconds, this secondary wavelet travels a distance v to t. Here the speed of light is v2, therefore it travels a distance v to t. So I have drawn a secondary wavelet with a radius v to t. Okay, so from this secondary wavelet to the point E, I have drawn a normal. This common tangent to the wavelets is the wavefront. Here there is a wavelet of 0 radius, here there is a wavelet of radius v to t. Common tangent these wavelets is the wavefront. So EF is the wavefront. Then I have drawn two normal rays to this wavefront. Those are the refracted rays. Now the angle of incidence is taken as I and the angle of refraction is taken as R. So if this is I, because this total is a normal, so if this is I, this becomes 90 minus I. As this is a normal perpendicular angle, so this is 90 minus I, that means this is I. Similarly, if this is R, as this is normal, that is a right angle, so this should be 90 minus R. In this triangle, this is normal because these are the light rays and this is the wavefront. Light waves and wavefront are always perpendicular. So this is a perpendicular angle, that is 90 degrees. This is 90 minus R. This should be R. To satisfy the condition, sum of the angles in a triangle should be 180. Therefore, this angle is R. Now, for this triangle, CDE, sin I equal to opposite side by hypotenuse, and in this triangle, sin R is equal to opposite side by hypotenuse. Then, sin I by sin R is equal to sin I by sin R is equal to, so this formula substituted, denominators gets cancelled. So in place of DE, I can write V1T. In place of CF, I can write V2T. So TT gets cancelled. I get V1 by V2. Sin I by sin R is equal to V1 by V2. It is a constant. That means Snell's law is verified. Sin I by sin R is equal to this formula. In this formula, I have multiplied the numerator and denominator with C, where C is speed of light in vacuum. Speed of light in vacuum. So this can be rewritten as C by V2. This V1 is taken into the denominator of denominator. So C by V1. So this part numerator is N2 and this numerator is N1, where N2 is the refractive index of second medium and where N1 is the refractive index of first medium. On cross multiplication, we get N1 sin I is equal to N2 sin R, which is nothing but Snell's law. So, using the Huygens wave principle, we derived this Snell's law. That is the first law of refraction. And then this AC, BE are the incident rays. They are in this plane of paper. This N1, N2 is the normal, that is also in this plane of paper. Then this CF and EG, these are all in plane of paper. So the incident rays, normal and refracted rays are all in this plane of paper. They are coplanar. This is the verification of second law. Thus, the laws of refraction are verified using Huygens principle. Okay. So, in the first case, we have verified the laws of reflection. Now, we have verified the laws of refraction. This is how Huygens wave theory using his Huygens principle successfully explained the reflection and refraction. Okay, right.